General Hospital spoilers, Drew's shooting disaster, Nina and Carly take Willow to Germany. Port Charles is about to be rocked to its very core as General Hospital fans brace themselves for one of the most emotional, dangerous, and unlikely alliances in recent memory. Drew Kane's life is on the line after a catastrophic shooting leaves him fighting for survival, while mortal enemies Nina Reeves and Carly Spencer join forces for an urgent mission to save Willow Corinthos. But will they make it in time? And what shocking secrets will come to light as the journey unfolds? Drew's shooting disaster. A night gone horribly wrong. It started like any other tense evening in Port Charles, but within moments, disaster struck. Drew, ever the hero, found himself caught in the crosshairs of a sinister plot. After receiving cryptic warnings that something dangerous was brewing at the docks, Drew insisted on investigating alone. What he found there would alter the course of multiple lives. An ambush. Masked men.
Gunfire.
Drew took a bullet to the chest in the chaos, collapsing to the ground as his phone clattered nearby, unanswered. Was he targeted by an old enemy from his Navy SEAL past, or is someone in Port Charles harboring a deadly grudge? Paramedics rushed him to General Hospital, but Drew's condition took a sharp turn for the worse. Elizabeth, struggling to control the bleeding, was left shaken as Drew coded on the table. Finn's team scrambled to stabilize him, but the damage was severe. Monica Quartermain rushed to her son's side, and even Jason Morgan, back in town under mysterious circumstances, stood vigil, the walls between the two men crumbling in the face of tragedy. But as Drew fights for his life, another crisis brews behind the scenes. Willow's decline. Running out of time. While Drew's shooting left Port Charles reeling, another life hangs in the balance. Willow's leukemia has returned with a vengeance, and this time, the local medical team has exhausted all treatment options. Liesl Albrecht's disappearance left Willow without a bone marrow donor, and with her immune system deteriorating, the clock is ticking. TJ delivers the grim prognosis. Willow may only have weeks, perhaps days, without an experimental treatment available only in Germany. The procedure is risky and controversial, but it might be Willow's last shot at survival. However, traveling is dangerous for Willow in her frail state, and Michael is torn between hope and fear. In an unexpected twist, Nina proposes the unthinkable. Carly and Nina, bitter rivals, must join forces to get Willow to Germany safely. Carly, fiercely protective of Willow, is reluctant at first. But with Willow's children needing their mother, and Drew's condition too unstable for Carly to remain by his side, she agrees to the plan. Nina, desperate to make amends with her daughter, vows to do whatever it takes. The tense journey begins. Nina and Carly on the same team? Nina and Carly boarding a private jet together might sound like the setup for a disaster, but this time, the stakes couldn't be higher. With Willow's life on the line, the two women call a temporary truce. But years of betrayal, grief, and resentment bubble just beneath the surface. Can they really work together without tearing each other apart? The flight is anything but smooth. A storm forces the plane to make an emergency landing in London, and when Willow collapses mid-flight, panic erupts. Carly and Nina clash over what to do next. Carly insists on finding a nearby hospital, while Nina is adamant that they press on to Germany. The fight escalates until Willow, barely conscious, begs them to stop. "It's not about you two," Willow whispers, her voice weak but determined. "Please, I need you both." The emotional plea stuns them into silence. Michael's guilt and Sonny's dilemma. Back in Port Charles, Michael is drowning in guilt. Between Drew's shooting and Willow's deteriorating health, he feels powerless. Sonny offers to use his private contacts to get Willow expedited access to the German hospital, but Michael hesitates. Can he trust Sonny after all that has transpired? In a rare vulnerable moment, Sonny tells Michael, "I'm still your father. And I'm still Willow's family too." Michael, heartbroken, accepts Sonny's help, setting aside their feud for now. But as Sonny works behind the scenes, a dark undercurrent rises. A mysterious figure connected to the ambush on Drew lurks in Port Charles, watching and waiting. Is this tied to Pikeman? Or is someone else pulling the strings? Secrets on the horizon. Carly's discovery. While tending to Willow mid-journey, Carly stumbles upon Willow's hidden medical file. Inside, she finds a cryptic note from Liesel, left behind before her disappearance. The message hints at a deeper conspiracy involving Willow's illness and, potentially, the Quartermain family. Carly keeps the revelation to herself for now. But what will happen when the truth surfaces? Could there be a Quartermain secret buried so deep that it could change everything Willow thought she knew about her past? Nina's breaking point. In Germany, as Willow is finally admitted for treatment, Nina begins to unravel. Seeing her daughter so weak and frail reopens old wounds from losing Nellie. Carly watches as Nina, usually so poised and defensive, breaks down in tears. "You're doing this for Willow," Carly tells her quietly. "Not for Nellie." Don't confuse the two. Nina, visibly shaken, admits she doesn't know how to separate her grief. In a surprising moment of empathy, Carly softens, if only for a heartbeat. But Nina isn't the only one grappling with inner turmoil. Carly's worry for Drew weighs heavily on her, and she receives a gut-wrenching call from Michael. Drew has been placed into a medically induced coma. Carly faces a brutal choice: stay in Germany with Willow or return to Port Charles and risk leaving Willow behind. Explosive cliffhanger, a sinister face revealed. As the week draws to a close, fans will be left gasping as the camera pans to the shadowy figure behind Drew's shooting, a familiar face long thought dead. Could it be Peter August, secretly alive and working with pikemen? Or someone even closer to home, someone no one would ever suspect? One thing is certain: the ripple effects from Drew's shooting and Willow's health crisis are only just beginning. What's next on General Hospital? With Nina and Carly forced to navigate uncharted emotional territory, Michael and Sonny's fragile alliance teetering on collapse, and Drew's fate hanging by a thread, General Hospital promises heartbreak, redemption, and shocking twists ahead. Stay tuned as Drew's mystery deepens, Willow's fight intensifies, and unlikely partnerships form in the face of devastating adversity.